He a'ali'i kumakani maiau, a'ohe mea na e kulai. I am a wind-resisting a'ali'i. No gale can push me over. At least, that's who I am now. But 4 years ago, when I stood upon a stage much smaller than this one at my 8th grade graduation, I remember distinctively saying, I'm not sure why God placed me on this island. I hope to find a purpose. And now, looking back on it, I think little me would be proud to know that I think I found my purpose. But that journey took a lot of growth and a lot of time. And it kind of reminds me of the Donut of Nova Scotia. On the mainland, they call it the hop seed, often a weed. But here in Hawaii, we call it the a'ali'i, and it's treasured. It roots in lava rock, and it's resistant to wildfires. It is native, resilient, and essential. But these plants are the exact same, but they're entirely different depending on where they're at in the United States and who's looking at them. I myself am an a'ali'i plant, seen first as just a hopseed bush. I was born in Las Vegas in the middle of the desert, and everything I ever needed was within a 2-mile radius of my home. I was confined like the walls of a pot. It was dry, it was hot, but I was used to it. That all changed though in the middle of 8th grade when I found out that my family was moving to Hawaii. I was conflicted. On one hand, I was super excited because it's Hawaii, it has beaches, but on the other side, I had no clue what laid ahead for me. But we moved, and we enrolled in a small Lutheran school, my sister and I, to soften the transition, but that did anything but soften the transition. I was deemed invasive, not with signs, but with words. They told me to go home and to go broke on the slot machines, because that's all I was worth as. And they told my sister to go and dance on the stripper pole, because that's all we were worth as. We were howlies and we weren't welcome to this place. And that realization, along with the fact that my family, my dad, was the first out-of-state chief of police, it started to break me down, and eventually the pot that I had grown so comfortable in cracked, and my roots I had so carefully cultivated in Las Vegas began to wither. I was exposed for the first time, raw, aimless, and unwelcome, and I wasn't sure what to do. I was presented with an impossible question. Do I try to grow in a place that is not letting me, or do I fight back? Do I not lose myself? And do I try and grow? It took a long time to answer that question, but I made the choice and I chose to grow. So, little by little, my body started to acclimate to the changing conditions. Even though the soil may have been too rich, the sun might have been too filtered, the rain may have come too often, but I felt something slowly change inside. The first main root that I was able to plant here grew when my Native Hawaiian friends took me to the sacred Lo'i fields in Lahaina. Many of the voices surrounding me were in Olelo Hawaii, the Native Hawaiian language, and there was a lot of different cultural activities that I wasn't really sure what was going on around me. But I watched, I listened, and I felt something slowly shift inside. From then on, I knew I needed to learn more about my home. I needed to understand what this so-called aloha culture was all about. So, when moving up to high school, I was presented with the opportunity to enroll in Olelo Hawaii, and I took it. My kumu taught me not only the language, but he also taught me the cultural worldview surrounding it. I learned how to malama the aina, how to live with pono, how to give aloha, and how to receive it, which was so impactful because I got to learn how people here live their lives and the foundations that build that. So, the second root that I grew was also here. I learned, actually no, the third one. The third root I grew was at school. I learned how to dance hula through our May Day celebration. My whole grade united as one, and we learned a dance. But it wasn't just a dance. It wasn't just movement. It was mo'olelo. It was storytelling. And that was so impactful for me because I got to learn a unifying language that could be spoken without words. We were all the same, dancing as one. And finally, the fourth root came, the community. I found spaces that welcomed me, not just as someone invasive to this place or unwelcome. I got involved in a lot of community service-based organizations, specifically ones catered to environmental issues. For my AP research project, I studied to see if the a'ali'i could grow in post-industrial sugarcane soils. But this realization kind of mirrored my own transformation because, like the a'ali'i plant growing in the post-industrial sugarcane soil, I can grow here. I can grow in a place that's different from my home. And it might have taken a lot of work, but it's possible. I really just encourage all of you to go out, go and try new things. If there's a culture that's surrounding you that you're unfamiliar with, go, see what it's all about. And if you have a culture of your own that you love to pass down with your family, maybe extend it beyond your family. Maybe extend it to people that might want to learn. Because people are always willing to try new things. And if we can understand that as humans, maybe we can become united together. I think I did find my purpose. I think I want to go into environmental law now because I learned how to malama the aina here. I learned how to grow. So if there's one thing I can leave you with this speech, remember this. He a'ali'i ku honua, he a'ali'i ku makani maiau, a'ohe mea na e kulai. I am a wind-resisting a'ali'i. No gale can push me over. And with that, I hope no wind, no person, no place, no thing can push you guys over too. Thank you so much and have a great day.